Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Whoops.
Good.
How
Long
was?
time no see.
I know.
I know. I feel like it's been forever.
It has been.
Yeah, I was getting worried. I was like, "Where is this guy? What's happened to
I know.
him?"
I've even really posted. I've been. September was just a
No.
weird month, so we got
Well.
we got sick. My dad passed out and fell. He was fine. He ended up being fine.
Oh
Uh,
no.
a rock in a small rock in my son's pants smashed our dryer door, so the glass shattered.
What?
We just had all sorts of weird things on top of like school starting, scout starting, working on
All that
the
fun
haunted
stuff.
house. So
It's one of them things, isn't it? We talk about this all the time. Life happens. Life happens. It
it
gets in the
does.
way sometimes, and sometimes your focus has to be on other things. I know this year has gone pretty smoothly for me so far. Touch wood, touch all the wood. But it's last year was pretty horrendous for me. We had a lot going on that behind the scenes, and it was just like it felt sometimes like one thing after another was just going wrong. Um, but life happens, so it is what it is. I get it.
Yeah,
But I'm glad you're all okay, as long as everyone is okay.
doing okay. Things are moving forward, so it's all
Hmm.
good.
Good,
So, and
good. You're
how has your
heading in the
family
right
been this
direction.
year?
How's what? Sorry.
How's everything going? The family?
Everything's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's okay. Yeah, like I say, it's always little things in life happen that trip you up from time to time. But so far, nothing too spectacular. Everything's going all right. I'm getting ready now for stage one. Phase one is, hopefully this Sunday I might actually get some proper things out on display.
nice.
So yeah, we're heading in the right direction. I'm just though we have got a storm coming this weekend, which might scupper some plans,
Right.
but we'll see. I'm just gonna take. I'm taking it as it comes this year. I'm just sort of taking it one step at a time. I think I stressed myself out way too much last year. Um, about all kinds of different things. And this year I'm
Right.
kind of like, well, if the castle blows over, it blows over. What's the worst that could happen really? So, you
Yeah,
know.
we lucked out. We had a not even a bad storm. It rained that night. I don't remember it being super windy, but we had a
Mm.
tree come down. It was just tall enough that it hit one of the tents that we have in our walkthrough.
Oh
So it
no.
dented it, but it didn't
Yeah.
take it down. So it
Okay.
caught another tree, which I think stopped the
Caught it.
momentum enough so that it just kind of dented it. So
Fair
that's
enough.
laying across our driveway now, and it was just like, oh, something else. And then
Another thing,
one of
a
those branches
tree.
knocked over
Damn
some of
you,
our
nature!
pallets.
Damn you,
I know.
nature,
Does
and all
nature
your
hate Halloween?
magicalness. I think it probably does. I mean, it seems to do. It seems to be like every time I'm like, just even when, like I say, past years' weather forecasts have said nothing. It's got to be great. It's got to be
Yep.
perfect, and then no, no. It's like no. Actually, here's a storm at you. I'll have a bit of that.
Yep.
It's
Just
like, yeah,
kidding.
just kidding, just tricking you,
Uh,
But oh well. Well, anyway,
all right.
anyway. Now
Yeah.
we've put the world to rights. Hey guys, it is me, Halloween Dan,
I'm scared, Dad.
and welcome to our latest episode of the Middle Aged Men talking about Halloween. And today we thought we'd have just a little bit of fun. And today we thought we'd start with a bit of a Halloweeny quiz. I thought that sounded a bit of fun, something to do. We've both written down a few questions, seeing what our Halloween trivia is like, if we really know that much about Halloween. I mean, I like to think I do. I don't know about you, ScareDad. What do you think? You're pretty knowledgeable on the Halloween front?
I mean, I'd say at some point I probably knew everything, but as I get older, my memory's not so good. So we'll
Just
see.
it's just gone. It's just gone. But do remember, this is episode 1 of 2. The second episode is up on my buddy ScareDads channel right now, where we'll be checking out some questionable props in What Were They Thinking. So
Yep.
go and check that one out as soon as you've checked out this. But now let's get quizzing.
Let's do it. Do you want to start? How do you want to do
Um,
it?
you start. Let's start with you. Throw a
Okay, I'm going to
question at
start
me.
with one that uh, could be easy.
Okay.
We all know that Halloween came from All Hallows Eve, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But do you know what the original spelling of Halloween was?
Ooh.
What we use today is slightly off from what it originally was. and it's
Ooh.
connected to what the actual where it came from.
Well, I mean, so is it like so? All Hallows Eve was what it
Yep.
was the feast festival.
Yep.
So is Halloween? I think it's like Hallow and then a whatever that word is. It a post? What is that? And then en at the end. Is that what where we're going with that?
I think you get it. Yep, I
Is
think
that
you
where
got
I'm
it.
going? Because
So
it's the combination of Hallow and Samhain or Samhain, or however you say it.
it was actually what they said was all called All Hallows Eve or All Hallows Even,
Okay.
and so what they did was they changed it to Halloween, HALLOWE
Okay.
apostrophe
Apostrophe. That's the
replaces the
word.
V en. So
Ah.
it's Halloween, and then
Even.
they just
Okay.
kind of
Ah.
so
I didn't know that. You see, that was a more difficult question than you thought.
yeah, it was. Well, you basically got it though. You knew it was
Yeah.
apostrophe in
I
there,
knew there was
so
some weird thing. My brain was like, think about English grammar. Grammar, Dan. What is that thing called? Apostrophe.
right.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's pretty interesting. I didn't actually know that. Well, I sort of did and sort of didn't. I'm going to start off with a pretty simple one. I think you'll get
Okay.
this. I think it's simple. What were the original jack-o'-lanterns carved out of?
So they were turnips originally,
Yes.
and some
Or
people have used
Swedes.
potatoes.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
heard
yeah,
too.
yeah. Potatoes too. Yeah.
So
So,
what?
so here in the UK, I don't know. This is a weird thing. Do you have a vegetable called a Swede?
I don't know what that is. I'll be honest.
I think it is just a British word for turnip. Like we
Oh,
use the
okay.
word turnip, and I think it's the same thing. Someone will have to correct me, but I could be.
Yeah.
But we would say, "Oh, I'm carving a Swede," and I think it's the same thing. I
How
think
do
it's
you
the
spell
same
that?
vegetable. I think it's Swede like that,
Okay.
Swede. But
Interesting. Never heard that.
not someone from Sweden. It's like it's like yeah. I think it's the same thing. I think it pretty much is. But yeah, that's what we would say when we're carving a Swede. And I tell you something,
Yep.
I might go back to carving them because even though they were incredibly hard to carve, creepy, like
Oh,
proper creepy
for
things.
sure. Yeah.
Like I think, and that's the essence, right? They should be creepy. These things, right? So yeah,
I think so.
might get some turnips out and carving them up.
So that leads into I'll go to this one next then. First of all, do you know the story of Stingy Jack?
I do know the story of
Okay.
Stingy Jack.
So my question, and then well, we can review the story. But my question is, do you remember what it is that lights his turnip?
If I remember the story, it was like a hot coal from like hell or something. Like the devil gave him like a hot coal. Was that right?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So the story for people who don't know, supposedly, and there's probably slightly variations all over, but this guy Stingy Jack helped somebody who turned out to be an angel, and the angel
Okay.
said, "I'll give you 3 wishes." And I don't remember them offhand, so let me look at it. It
Hmm.
was he used the 3 wishes to punish anyone who sat in his chair, took wood from his tree, or tried to take his cobbling tools, that they would be stuck to the ground.
Okay.
And so the angel was disappointed and therefore said, "You will not be able to get into heaven." Now, that's one version I heard. The other version
Mm,
just talks about because he was a stingy kind of
yeah.
cheatster that God wouldn't let
Hmm.
him in. But
The version we always used to hear was that he was like a bit of a trickster. Like he was a
yeah,
bit of a trickster old man, and he would actually he'd like manage to trick the devil like a few times.
well, I
Like
didn't get to that part. Yeah, so
oh, sorry, I'm jumping
so
ahead.
the next part is the devil had heard of his tricks and came to see for himself. And when Stingy Jack saw the devil, he's like, "Oh no, I'm going to hell." So he had to think quick, right? So he said, "I want one last wish, and I'd like to have a drink." So the devil took him to a bar. He had a bunch of drinks, and then he said,
Irish,
"Well,
right?
yeah." So of course, Stingy Jack's not going to pay for the drink, so he asked the devil to, and the devil said, "I don't have any money," and he's like, "Well, you can turn yourself into a coin. We'll pay the bill, right? And then you just turn yourself back when no one's
Mm-hmm.
looking." And so the devil turned into a coin. He put the devil in his pocket with a crucifix, the crucifix kept the devil from changing back.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made the deal: give me 10 more years before you take my soul, and I'll let you free. So that's what happened.
Okay.
Is that the
Yeah.
same? Does that sound so right so far?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
I can't. I was like, I couldn't remember, if I'm honest with you, because it's such a long time ago I heard the story. I couldn't remember the actual trick he played. just that he was a trickster.
Yeah. So then there's a second one. So the devil came back 10 years later, and once again he asked for a final, I don't know, wish before he goes to hell. He wanted an apple to feed his starving belly, right?
Okay.
And so the devil said, "Okay," because apparently the devil's not smart enough to learn from the last
Yeah,
time.
he just like falls for everything. It's so gullible.
So the devil's like, "I'll climb the tree and get an apple for him," right? Makes sense.
Why not?
So the devil climbs the tree, and Stingy Jack puts crucifixes all around the tree. Now the devil's stuck in the tree. And so now he makes the deal. He says, "If you promise not to take my soul into hell, I'll let you free." And the devil says, "Fine." He doesn't want to be stuck in the apple tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so after all that, Stingy Jack had lived his life out, died probably from drinking. And when he tried to get into heaven, God basically said, like, so either the angel had cursed him from heaven, or this other version is that God said, like, "Okay, you're kind of a terrible person. We're not
You're
going to
kind
let
of
you in
bad.
here."
You're like,
Right?
even
And
the
so,
devil's a bit annoyed by you, which is something
right?
to say.
So then not wanting to be stuck nowhere, he went to hell and tried to get in. And the devil said, I can't let you in. I made the promise. I made the deal. So he gave him a coal from hell that they put in a carved turnip. And he supposedly walks in our plane between good and evil, carrying his turnip that's lit up by the coal from hell.
That's the bit I remember the most. Yeah,
Yep.
the turnip with the coal from hell. Yeah.
So I heard of him, but I didn't really know the full story. So when I read it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't know that's
It
where
is a
the
cool
lit.
story.
Yeah, I didn't know where the lit jack-o'-lantern came from. So
Yeah, I do. I really like that story. It's just it's I think it's one of those stories. It's like now I've heard it again. I think I'm going to like tell it to my kids. It's like that kind of, let's sit down and I'll tell you this story of Stingy Jack. It's pretty, it's a good one. I really
it'd
like
be a
that
cool
one.
animatronic to make, actually, right?
Yeah, it would, to be fair. I mean, he's holding a lantern. Anything with a lantern, I'm all over it anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I mean it wouldn't be too far off a lot of the lantern props you see. So yeah, you can make your own Stingy Jack without a doubt.
Get a gravedigger with a lantern. Replace the lantern with the turnip with the light inside. Done.
Perfect. That's all you need to do. I think that's a pretty good one. Right. So, okay, this could be difficult. I'm not sure whether you'll find it difficult or not. But where did the modern interpretation of Halloween begin? And just to be a bit more specific, I think it's in the US, but I'm looking for a state. I'm looking for a US state.
So you're talking about like with the trick-or-treating and everything?
I'm talking about when the sort of culmination of what we now picture of Halloween started to be sort of like a formalized thing.
I actually don't know which state it is.
Oh. I thought maybe I had a theory. I was like, this might be one of those things he knows. I don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
Not sure. Oh, I might be taking the lead here. Do you want to hear?
So, yeah, go for it. Tell me.
So the state its modern interpretation was sort of formulated in is Kansas, Dorothy territory.
I had a feeling it was in that area, but I had no idea which
that
state.
area. And the lady who sort of created it, was a lady called Elizabeth Krebs. She was just a lady who basically, up until that point, Halloween was it was mischief night. It was a night to make a lot of mess and ruin people's property. And she was kind of fed up of waking up on the 1st of November to her entire garden and the whole town being destroyed by teenagers. So she decided, rather than try to fight them, to create a proper Halloween party, a town-wide Halloween party, where everyone was encouraged to come dressed up in costume and they were going to play games and do all those sorts of things that we now think of as Halloween things. And it became such a success, this party, that basically all the teenagers who would have gone out destroying everything had just used up all their energy like at this party, and so everyone was like, "This is great. You've completely changed how we celebrate Halloween. Yeah, there's maybe a little bit of antisocialness still, but generally it's pretty family friendly. Have a party, come down. We'll do a bit of a hayride, all that kind of stuff." And it was so successful that town after town, spreading outwards from, I can't remember the name of the town, it's like Hikala or something like that. They just all started doing the exact same thing. Instead of letting teenagers just roam about destroying property, they started doing official town-wise parties and celebrations and encouraging people to do what we now think of as Halloween staple things. So, and there you go. That's it. That's how it started.
I know. Do you know what year that was about?
I think it was like 1912, that kind of year, like that sort of time. Yeah, early 1900s. So
yeah, I know. I read that in the 1920s in like New York and stuff, the tricks and stuff got so bad that they actually thought of trying to like cancel Halloween because
yeah, I've heard similar things.
They probably used that kind of thing to like, let's redirect to parties.
Yeah,
and that stuff,
I think it was like a slow spreading thing until maybe by about like the 1930s, it was kind of like this is the staple way that Halloween gets celebrated and stuff. So yeah, I thought it was quite interesting.
So I'm gonna do one that is connected to a staple of Halloween that people love or hate, and it was talked about in the thing we passed around, right? The halfway to Halloween questionnaire. Candy corn. Do you know what the original name was for candy corn? This I didn't know until I saw it. I had no idea.
I mean, we don't have it here in the UK. So I don't know if you knew that. So we don't really do it. So, but I know what it is. No, I don't know what the original name for candy corn is.
So it's similar to the name. It was actually called chicken feed.
Oh,
because the chickens used to be fed corn, and so they marketed it to a lot of the stuff. It seems in the U.S. was very rural based first, and then it moved out.
Yeah,
so it was marketed towards the rural farm people, right? That kind of candy, and it wasn't until later on when it became more mainstream that they I think it says mid 20th century, so it was just after World War II, I think. Selling chicken feed in the cities probably didn't go so well. So they changed their name to candy corn. They even had a rooster on the original pack.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So it's like, oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, someone saying, "Hey, hand me that pack of chicken feed." It's not quite as appetizing somehow. Nope. Candy corn. I mean, I've never tasted candy corn, but I hear rumor it's an acquired taste. Is it an acquired taste, or is it you like it? What do you think of it?
I like it until I've had a couple of pieces too many, and then I don't want. It's like one of those things: you have a few pieces, and then you get the sugar in you, and then you're just like, "Ooh, no, I'm done now."
Yeah. Like, is it like I can't?
It's like I buy it every year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's a tradition. You have to.
Right. But then I always get sick of it. And then I come back a week later and eat more of it. And then I get sick of it. So I don't know.
Is it like a waxy kind of a candy? Is it like a waxy texture? They look waxy, but
yeah, kind of. It's that kind of consistency. It's just, I mean, it's mostly sugar, right? You just get 3 different colors, and yeah. I don't know. It's okay. It's I don't hate it, right? So I'd say I'm more towards the like it than not like it, but. But the pumpkins are the best. They're the same thing, but they're shaped like pumpkins. They're a little bit thicker.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know why. They're the same.
They just taste better.
They taste better, yeah.
It's psychological.
Right?
And especially, once you hear the name chicken feed, I don't think you'll ever look at that the same ever again. Like, right? I'm just chowing down on this chicken feed. Delish. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I've got a few different questions. What year did the first Spirit Halloween open?
Oh God.
Oh, take your mind back.
Was last year the 40th anniversary? I think it might have been.
I don't know.
So that would be what, 1984? We went back. Okay, so I think it's
It's
around there.
actually technically 1983, but I
Okay,
think 1984 might have been their first proper. We're here, Spirit Halloween, but I think as a company, it started in 1983.
that's
So
close.
you were very close. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll let you have that one. I think because we're pretty much on borderline there. I think that's pretty good.
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to figure that out. I'd been like, oh God, how
Well,
old am I?
I kind of remember it's like we're around 40, right? I remember that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Well done, you. Well
okay.
done.
So this one, I don't know if you know it. It's maybe a little more U.S. based, so hopefully it
Mm,
doesn't. But there was one year
mm,
based on a big event where we
mm-hmm.
actually canceled Halloween in the U.S.
Oh,
and there was a reason.
okay,
I'll kind of give you a hint.
okay,
Uh, because they were not able to get sugar to make the candy.
okay,
So see if you can guess. Maybe guess the event. Maybe not the exact year, but
okay.
what event
So
might it cause?
my guess, I'm gonna try and guess a year because I think it will be something to do with the war, like the Second World War,
Okay.
because we had a lot of sugar rationing and stuff in the UK.
Yeah.
So, the US, I'm gonna say like 1943.
It's close, 1942, but I'll give it to you. It was World War II, and it was the
Oh,
sugar rationing, so they couldn't make the candy, so they had to
had to
cancel
cancel
at least
Halloween.
the trick or treating part, at least. Yeah. So
That's pretty terrible. That probably would have been the worst thing to happen for
right.
he's like Europe's like on fire with Hitler and stuff, and the US is like, damn it, Halloween.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
we've gone too far, Hitler.
right now we have to get into the war.
Now we have to get into the war because you're stopping Halloween. I'd get into a war for that, I tell you.
Right.
Okay, trick or treat has existed in some form since the Middle Ages. Can you name one of its original names? So, one of the original names of trick or treat. There's about three, in honesty, but
Yeah.
some are
So
more original than others.
uh there's two that I know of. One actually I
Mm-hmm.
was going to ask you about. So it's probably
Okay.
so one was souling
Yep.
or soul cakes.
Yep.
Uh, but there's another one. Was it guising? Something like
Guising.
that,
Yep.
right?
Guising. And there's another one, mumming.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Mumming, yeah. So
Where
there's
is that
like
from?
three. I think guising is like a Scottish one, possibly a little bit of Northern Ireland as well. Souling is English,
Yeah.
and mumming I think is Irish too,
Okay.
like what we call the Republic of Ireland now. I think I'm not entirely sure, but they're all basically the same thing, except that so souling was to do with soul cakes, so it's very very trick or treat essence.
But they wasn't it to get prayers. Like
It
wasn't
was
this?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was prayers for praying for your soul and all that kind of stuff
It's
because
like the
it was the saints' day the next day.
yeah.
So
It's
and they
like
were
the holy
baking
version
these.
of Halloween.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It
Before
was
we brought
about
in all the devils and stuff.
yeah. So, but it's quite interesting because England doesn't really get thought of as one of the origin countries of Halloween, and yet
Right.
it's got this thing like where basically they were more focused on the holy days the next day, but they would have a feast evening on All Hallows Eve, and so they would be baking these cakes called soul cakes, and they would go door to door dressed up because they were trying to keep out, oh, I don't want any demons knowing who I am. And
Right.
they
Right.
would
Yeah.
be pray for my soul, may I, and praying, asking for these soul cakes, which had like little crosses on them. So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, so mumming and guising. I think mumming was more like the trickster type
Okay.
element of Halloween, where you would like take off people's gates and stuff like that. And like guising was more like they would sing a song, like they would knock on a door. It was almost like the Halloween version of carol singers.
Huh.
So like you'd
Okay.
knock on the door and be like, "Oh, can I?" We'll sing a song, and they'd sing a little weird little tune or something and play a bit of music, and then they would offer them a treat to say thank you for the lovely song you've just knocked on our door and freaked everybody out with. But, fun, I suppose.
Nice.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right. So this one I think you'll probably know. So back in the festival of Samhain,
Hmm.
they had a lot of bonfires. Do you
Hmm.
know where the name bonfire comes from?
Uh, some part of my brain knows this, but I can't reach it. It's not responding. I don't. No, I'm going to say no.
Okay, so they would actually throw bones into the fire from like cattle and stuff. So it was actually like
Bone fire.
bone fire, and then it just he dropped
Right.
off, and now we get bonfire.
Bonfire. Okay. Yeah, I think some part of my brain just went, yep. You did sort of
Okay,
know that, but no, I'll say I didn't know that. That bone fire makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
right,
Also, I don't know whether I only learned this recently. I didn't realize that. So they would light bonfires as part of the festival, as part of the
right,
whole thing, but they'd also light bonfires. So, like if there was like a nearby hill or an escarpment of rock or something, they'd also light bonfires on those points to like ward off evil spirits, so that
hmm,
evil spirits couldn't come in. And
okay,
these warding off fires would like they would be really important. And what they would do is after the sort of festival, everyone would go into their homes and put out the hearth fire that was in their own home, and then they would go and retrieve the fire from these like protective fires, bring them into the house, and that fire would then be kept permanently lit through the winter months
oh wow,
to protect the home from the evil spirits that were hanging about in the dark. So I thought it was
that's cool. I did not know
bonfire,
that.
bonefire, very cool. I like that one.
Right.
What game? What Halloween game was also used to predict who was going to be the first to get married?
So there are actually a lot of different rituals around that. Are you talking about, is it the bobbing for apples? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's the most famous one. I think there's a few that have
Right.
got this kind of predicting to be married thing, but yeah, that I think is the most famous one. I think it's like even going back to like Roman times, they did this
Right.
apple bobbing thing, and it was the first young lady to pick her apple. She was the next to get married, apparently. So
Right.
yeah, weird, but there you go. Imagine
There's
no
actually
weird
it's
than throwing a bouquet at the end of a wedding. I suppose it's the same
right.
kind of thing.
So
Mm,
black cats
mm,
are a staple of Halloween, but they were associated with witches and witchcraft and all that stuff, and the devil. So at one point in Europe, they actually exterminated a lot of the black cat. If you had a black cat, they would kill them.
okay,
That led to a health problem. Do you know what that was?
that. Uh,
We're talking medieval Europe.
I mean, the health bit. What the Black Death? Are we talking Black Death?
Talking Black Death, because it
Wow.
created a rat problem because they killed so many cats that the rats helped
No.
spread the disease.
Wow, I didn't know that. I knew it was to do with rats. I'd never made the connection with black cats. Hence why they're probably now the whole bad luck thing, obviously, as well.
Right.
Wow. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Very
So
interesting.
yeah, I thought that
Ooh.
I didn't know that until I saw it either. I was like, oh, it's interesting that they killed so many
Ah,
cats that they became a
cats.
big rat problem. And
Yeah, I mean, I was read when I was looking up my facts. I was looking up, and there was one where I don't know whether it's all. I think it's like the state of New York or somewhere like. I want to say the state of New York still won't allow you to adopt a black cat
oh
on
yeah,
Halloween. Is
yep,
that's have you read that too?
yep,
Like I was like, yeah, because they're assuming people are like, oh, I just want one for Halloween because it's a
and
black
then
cat, and then they'll
right,
throw
then,
it out the next day.
yep,
So yeah, yeah, black cats are poor black cats have been so victimized, haven't they, through the
right.
years? It's, oh, just being a black cat. Okay, so this is a random one. In the movie Halloween
Yeah.
with the Michael Myers, he wears a mask famously.
Yep.
What celebrity does that mask depict?
So they had such a low budget. I remember hearing this that they actually took something that was from a Star Trek movie, and William Shatner's face
William Shatner.
became Michael Myers.
Can you imagine as well? I wonder if they had a conversation with William Shatner before they filmed. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, can you imagine? They were like, we just need a random mask. Just that one will do. Just dirty up a bit, pull the hair out a bit. Yeah, now it looks pretty creepy. We'll whiten the face a bit. And like, did they have to have a phone call with, with William Shatner? Like,
Right.
so we're going to use your face in a movie, but yeah. Oh, and he's like, oh, great. What movie? It's Halloween. You are actually the murderer. No one's going to know it's you, but
Right.
it is you. So just in case there's a little shock moment for you there. But
I don't know
yeah.
if anything like this has ever happened, but it should have. They should have had a scene in a Halloween movie where he goes to kill William Shatner. Right before he stabs him, he's like, "Do I know you?" Or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah. You look so familiar to me.
Right?
Yeah. I just find it hilarious that someone was like, oh my God, Captain Kirk. That's
Right.
the obvious murderer. Obviously a murderer. Obviously a psychopath. So, yeah, brilliant. So funny.
So there was a dinner tradition for Samhain. They would have dinner, it'd be silent, and they would leave a chair empty for their deceased loved ones. There's a name for it, which is, this is kind of a weird name for it, but do you know what that was called? Or
No.
what we call it now? I don't know if they probably didn't call it that back then, but
I have no idea. Never heard of this.
They're called dumb suppers.
Okay.
That was a random one I came across. I was like, I just have to use it because it's so weird. But yeah, it was like to honor their deceased loved ones. They would have a dinner. They would not talk, and they would almost act like they were there to honor them and hopefully have some communication with their deceased loved ones.
Wow. Okay. And when was this, like 1800s or something? It sounds very 1800s-y.
It's just that it was part of the Samhain ritual. So
wow.
I mean, Samhain goes back.
Oh, I know, of course. I mean, it just sounded very like, I could almost like imagine like a Victorian family being like sat there like,
right,
just like giving each other complete stares of evil over the tinner, like, ugh, God, like it's just, I don't know. There's something about Victorian people. I always think they're like just so like just rude,
right?
Just like, so it probably wasn't like that big of a deal for them. They were just like, oh God, right. I'm so glad I don't have to torture these people tonight because of our dumb son. Like, what is that? Oh dear. Oh well, there you go. Fun. I think this probably is my last question, actually.
Okay.
I don't think it's you might not find this that difficult. So it is. Yeah, that's it. Which infamous magician died on Halloween?
Harry Houdini.
Harry Houdini.
Yes.
Do you know the year? Can you remember the year?
Don't.
No. 1926. Okay. Halloween night. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Do you think he timed that? Do you think that was his last great illusion?
Probably, right? I
mean, it could have been. Who knows?
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Spooky.
So I got a couple of random facts left. So let's just go through them quick.
Do them.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what the phobia of Halloween is called?
Samhainophobia. Or Samhainophobia, depending on how you pronounce it.
Right. Let me see. This one I thought was interesting, and I wouldn't have known this. It says in Welsh mythology, there's a spirit named Angelistor, probably saying that completely wrong, which means recording angel.
Okay.
The spirit would be sent to this one village and would tell them who was going to die next.
Ooh.
So it would go to this tree in the village. The tree is located in churchyard of St. Diggins Church in the village of
God knows.
Is
it like a double L? It's like a
double L, yeah.
If it's double L, it's a chech. It's a chech sound.
Okay. Whatever this place is.
Whatever. Let me say. Llangowen, Conwy. Yeah, Llangowen. Yeah.
Maybe some help with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There's another thing that was interesting, and this is connected to what we talked about before. There were rituals to find out who you were going to marry, or all that. In Scotland, they did something called kale pulling.
Okay.
where they would wait till it was dark, and then they would go to the vegetable patch and find kale, and they
Okay.
would pull out a stalk of kale, and suppose it would resemble the build and height of their future lover. I was like, what? Who would think of that?
It's a good job they weren't pulling out carrots, because I mean, what part of the build are we talking about here?
Right? I'd always get the baby carrots.
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. I like that. I love these weird things. I'm just going to tell you, right, this isn't really a Halloween thing, but when I was reading all these facts and weird things, a story popped up on Google, and it was of a woman in Ireland who, it's a story where she basically got buried twice, and is a gravestone somewhere in Ireland. I don't actually know where in Ireland. And it was like Mary Fitzgerald lived once, buried twice, or something like that. And what happened was, it's like crazy story where she wasn't dead. They used to bury people by accident all the time, right? And they used to put bells on graves and stuff like that. It was a common thing. But what happened to her was, so she wasn't actually dead. She gets buried, and she gets buried in her wedding ring, which was quite a good ring. And at the time, lots of grave robbers were around, and they were robbing graves of grave goods. Right. And they see this woman going into the ground, and they're like, look at that ring. Woohoo, we're going to get in there tonight. So she's freshly buried, and they dig her back up to get the ring off her finger, but they can't get the ring off her finger because it's too swollen. So she's dead. So they go to cut the finger off. And as they cut her finger off, she wakes up. She's like, ah! And they freak out. One of the guys apparently has a heart attack on site and dies right there in the grave. And the other guy just runs off. And then she gets out of the grave. She pulls herself out of her own grave and walks home and knocks on her own front door. And her husband answers the door to obviously he's just buried her that day. And he then has a heart attack and dies. And then but then she lives for another 20 years, remarries, has more children and all this stuff. And then finally gets buried in the original grave that they dug for her all those years before. And they used this headstone that says Mary, I think it was Fitzgerald, lived once, died, buried twice. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's such a cool story. I was like, that's so awesome. Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a Halloween story. I was like, that's so cool.
Good way to end the segment, though.
Yeah. Lived once, buried twice. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this quick little quiz. It was a lot of fun to do. Kind of fun getting together all the facts and stuff. I think we both enjoyed. It was kind of fun just learning something new about Halloween. There's lots of things there I didn't know for certain. But don't forget, before you switch off completely, go and check out the second part of this video up on my buddy ScareDads channel, where we are talking about what were they thinking. There's so many random props this year, which we've all kind of thought, what the hell were you thinking? So we delve into that up on ScareDads channel. So go and check it out. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky. Bye.
One interesting fact. I'll throw this out there too. So the Titanic was a pretty big ship, right?
It was pretty big.
So every year, the U.S., we spend about $2 billion on Halloween candy.
Okay.
Do you know how many Titanics that could fill? I'll give you a hint. It's between 3 and 7.
Oh, what? I thought you were going to say 2. 3 and 7. So I'm going to go 5.
So it's actually 6.
6 Titanics.
6 Titanics with the Halloween candy. Is that crazy?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And that's why we're all fat and obese.
Well, but that's a lot of candy, right? I mean,
candy.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I like that measurement as well. I like how someone was like, we've got all this candy. How much would that fill? How many Titanics? What else
who took the time to figure that out?